Also got some supporting sponsors for the Legend cars in Collie Bin Hire, Lush Pups Dog Grooming, Cuts Metal Core, Mad Access Solutions, Bustleton Bitumen Services and Civil, Bunbury Custom Cabinets, Ellymore Fabrication, Edge Fiberglass, Collie Machine Shop, Burtec and CB Graphics. There's the field coming around. We have Paul Joss in the 19 off pole, Kevin Melvin in second, the number 20 of Greg Joss in third, the 57 of Ricky Lee Beard outside in fourth. What's that yellow one?
42, 20, 57, 78, 9 and 84.
Sorry, what's... Then we have the number 9 car out there tonight. It was actually being driven by the A1 production sedan of Kyle Sayer. So Kyle's stepping out of his production for the night and into a Legend car. So we'll see how quickly Kyle can adjust to Legends as we go green. So great start there from the 42 of Ken Melvin. Got the jump there on the 19 of Paul Joss. Greg Joss is comfortably in third, but Ricky Lee Beard's going to try and take that away from fourth. Kyle Sayers making a great move up from the back of the bus. Just as I said that, I'll put the commentator's curse on him. 84 is Rob Treneman. So we've got a good battle for the lead now on the back straight. We've got Paul Joss and Ken Melvin going door to door through 3 and 4, 2 wide. Just goes to show you how even and how competitive these cars can be. So Paul Joss has got the better of Ken Melvin now. Let's see if he can start opening up a little bit of a lead. Greg Joss is still in third, Ricky Lee Beard in fourth, Rob Treneman fifth, Cody Roberts and Kyle Sayer making up the rear of the field. So Paul Joss starting to open up a little bit of a gap, but both over Ken Melvin, but both of them have got a near on straightaway to Greg Joss. Ricky Lee Beard seems comfortable in fourth, being with Rob Treneman in fifth. Kyle Sayer's just gotten around Cody Roberts. So 5 laps down, we've got 3 to go in the first heat of the Legend cars. And Paul Joss starting to open up that gap a little bit more over Ken Melville. Ricky Lee Beard starting to get some company now from Rob Treneman. Looks like Kyle Sayers closing that gap as well. So first, second and third are so Rob Treneman's made his way past Ricky Lee Beard. Kyle Sayers just taking the outside around as well as they drag race down the back straight. Ken Melvin starting to close that gap again with 1 to go on Paul Joss as they go down the back straight. He's only got 2 corners left to try and get that lead back. But it looks like Paul Joss will hold on. So Paul Joss takes the checkered flag from the 42 of Ken Melville. Greg Joss is coming around in third. Fourth will be Rob Treneman holding off a fast charging Kyle Sayer, Ricky Lee Beard, and then Cody Roberts rounding out the last of the Legend car Heat 1. So some great racing there. I think if Kyle continues to show some of this progress, he will definitely be battling for the lead come feature race time. On pole, it looks like it'll be the 25 of Olivia Favaro, with Paul Nichols in the 10 on the outside. Row 2 is Brendan Radford in the 70, with Stephen Barrow in the 16 outside of him. Then we have the 72 of Barry and Carks. And Wayne Campbell in the 77 off the back of the bus. So as the field makes its way down the back straight, getting ready to come around and take the green. Green, green, green. Olivia Ferrari gets a great start, but so does the 16 of Stephen Barrow. The 77 of Wayne Campbell's also made 2 positions in the first 2 corners. The number 70 of Brendan Radford sneaks down the low line to take the lead off Olivia Favaro as we come around to complete the first lap. So completion of the first lap, we have Brendan Radford in the lead, followed by Olivia Favaro, Stephen Barrow and Wayne Campbell. Wayne Campbell's trying to get 2 for 1 here, and he's going to almost pulls it off, taking up into 3rd place. He's trying to hold the low line, and Olivia Favaro makes a slight little mistake and washes up and opens the door. Also opens the door for the 16 of Stephen Barrow. In the meantime, while this is going on behind him, Brendan Radford starting to pace the field a little bit. As we're coming around to complete lap 4, Brendan Radford leading comfortably from now the 77 of Wayne Campbell, with 16 of Stephen Barrow and Olivia Favaro in 4th. Phil Nichols in the number 10, then Barry and Carks coming in 6th. So the field's starting to spread out a little bit now. There's a bit of a bang there, and it looks like Olivia Favaro is starting to slow down the back straight. Unfortunate for Olivia, she was holding 4th nicely. And the number 10 is slowed as well. So the number 70, the race leader, Brendan Radford, comes around to put a lap down on number 10 and closing in on the 72 of Baron Carks. With 1 to go, we have the number 70 of Brendan Radford leading the 77 of Wayne Campbell, and then the 16 of Stephen Barrow. Coming in 3rd as we come around for the last time for round 1 of the Legends. Brendan Radford takes a comfortable lead from Wayne Campbell, and in 3rd place we have Steve Barrow, the 57 of Ricky Lee Beard. Row number 3 is the 19 of Paul Joss. Outside of Paul is the 84 of Rob Tranneman, and rear of field is the number 9 of Kyle Sayer. Just given the 44 limited sprint car of Anthony Dye a engine start. Looks like the repairs on that are all good from the incident in round 1. So round 2, heat 1 of the Legend cars. We're about to get the 1 to go signal from the infield officials, and we'll get this heat underway in the City Discount Tyres Legend Cars. So again, our starting order is Stephen Barrow with Brendan Radford on the outside, Olivia Favaro and Ricky Lee Beard on row 2, Paul Joss and Rob Treneman in row 3, and Kyle Sayer out of position number 7 as they're coming around through 3 and 4 now. And we're green, green, green. Great start there from Paul Joss up on the inside. Bradford also got the jump from outside outside pole to hold off. 16 of Stephen Barrow. Paul Joss had a great start. And a beautiful move up there to take the second position. Fourth place we have Olivia Favaro. Ricky Lee Beard's a bit overtaken by Rob Treneman. And Cole Sayers also about to have a look on the outside. And Paul Joss is closing on Bradford and they're side by side at the line with Brendan Radford's trying to do his best to hold off the fast moving Paul Joss. They head down the back straight as the drag race. Paul Joss is... Oh. We've just... Yellows are on for Olivia Favaro. Just as things were getting interested at the front of the field, I missed the spin in turn 1 and 2. Hopefully Olivia can refire and rejoin the field. As we're getting ready for the restart, Paul Joss gets a great start from Brendan Radford. Stephen Barrow's holding on to third, but Rob Treneman's closing in fast in the 84. Cole Sayers gained 2 positions already. But Paul Joss is starting to show a clean set of heels from Brendan Radford. Stephen Barrow's about to have Rob Treneman on his back bumper. So Barrow's gone a little bit high. Rob Treneman's holding that low line. The battle for third is definitely on. Ricky Lee Beard starting to close on the back a little bit on Cole Sayer, and Olivia Favaro is trying to gain some real estate back after an earlier spin. But all the action at the moment's sitting there for third place, while Rod Treneman's searching the track, trying to find some speed and traction to get around the 16 of Stephen Barrow. But while that's happening, Cole Sayers slowly closing the gap to the back end of the 84 car. Paul Joss showing a clean set of heels from Brendan Radford, and a long way back then to Stephen Barrow, who's starting to open up a little bit of a gap again on Rob Treneman. About the same 3-4 car length gap again then to Cole Sayer, then Ricky Lee Beard and Olivia Favaro. We've got the white flag out, so only one lap to go now for Paul Joss as he makes his way down the back straight. Comes into 3 and 4 to grab the checkered flag and take the win in heat 1 of round 2. Now it's only position number 3 that's going to be decided. And Treneman got close, but Steve Barrow held on to position number 3. Followed by Treneman, Cole Sayer, Ricky Lee Beard and Olivia Favaro. So again, our official play. So heat number 4, our starting positions will be the number 78 of Cody Roberts, followed On the outside of Cody is the 42 of Ken Melvin. Row number 2 is the 72 of Berrand Carks. Outside of Berrand is the number 10 of Phil Nichols. Row number 3 is the number 20 of Greg Joss. On the outside of Greg is the 77 of Wayne Campbell. So it looks like we've also going to give a couple of limiteds another opportunity for an engine start to sort out some issues. So while we're waiting on the limiteds to start, the number 77 legend car of Wayne Campbell is actually, after tonight, heading off to Maryborough to represent Legend Cars WA in the Queensland title. So we wish Wayne and his team all the best and a safe journey from Perth all the way over to Maryborough in Queensland. Gates are shut. The trade hire post chute pulls off the back straight, signalling that this will be the start lap for the field in heat number 4 of the Legend Cars. It's Cody Roberts and Ken Melville will bring him around to meet the green, and we're green. Great start for Ken Melville in the 42 Collie Machine Shop, as well as Wayne Campbell in the 77 from the back of the bus to second place within 2 turns. Cody Roberts is holding on to third place. We've got a fast charging Greg Joss and the number 7 in 4th. Still rounded out by Barrett Carks and Phil Nichols in the 10. But Ken Melville's got it all his own way at the moment out the front in the 42. Let's see if Wayne Campbell can close the gap. Cody Roberts is about to have a fast charging Greg Joss on his back bumper to try and take position number 3 away from him. As it manages to hold him off through turns 1 and 2, it'll be another drag race down the back straight for Greg Joss and Cody Roberts. While Ken Melville takes and puts another lap under the belt with the lead. Ken Melville's holding off a nice gap now, near on a straightaway from Wayne Campbell. And Cody Roberts and Greg Joss battling for 3 and 4. Berrien Carks and Phil Nichols rounding out the field. So we've gone past the halfway point in heat number 4 of the Legend Cars. Ken Melville comfortably out in front from Wayne Campbell. Cody Roberts is getting his hands full again with Greg Joss. Barry Carks and Phil Nichols are rounding out the field. We'll see if lap cars might slow down Ken Melville in the next lap or 2 as he's coming up to the back of the number 10 of Phil Nichols. So comfortably with a straightaway lead. Ken Melville makes his way safely around down the back straight around the number 10 of Phil Nichols. With the white flag out, there's 1 to go. Can he put a lap on Barrett Carks in the 77? Which he does safely. He comes around through 3 and 4 now for the final time to grab the checkered flag. Wayne Campbell safely around Phil Nichols as well. Greg Joss has gotten around Cody Roberts on the back straight. So it looks like Greg Joss will hold on to 3rd place. Cody Roberts in 4th. Barrett Carks will in 5th and Randy. gone yellow. Gone yellow, looks like the 72 of Bernard Carks has looped it in turn 2. Didn't quite see what happened there that caused the loop, but thankfully he's been able to fire back up and join the field again. As Brad comes around to join the pack, we'll get going again on this lap. Again, 20 lap feature race for the City Discount Tyres Legend Cars tonight. We'll see if Brendan gets another great start. So Paul Joss has got him on this one, but Ken Melville's also had a great start, but Brendan Redder, a bit of a mishap there that's caused Melville to slow down, with the 77 making slight contact with the back bumper, but thankfully they're all okay. But Paul Joss comes around to lead on lap 1 from Brendan Radford. And we've got Ken Melville, Greg Joss, Wayne Campbell, the 16 of Stephen Barrows dropped back a little bit. Rob Treneman, Cody Roberts, Ricky Lee Baird, Cole Sayer and Olivia Favaro. Then coming around through 3 and 4 now we have Phil Nichols. Unfortunately, Brad Carks has just pulled infield, so he'll be a DNF in this one. Paul Joss still out in front of Brendan Radford and Ken Melville. It's a bit of a gap now, 3 to 4th place to Wayne Campbell, who's opened up a bit of breathing space now on the number 16 car of Stephen Barrow and Rob Treneman. Cole Sayer making some moves through the pack. Getting onto the back of the number 20 car of Paul Joss, correction, Greg Joss. So as the leaders are coming up around to put the number 10 a lap down, he's washed up a little bit. That's allowed Brendan Bradford to take the lead back. I'm pretty sure that Paul Joss won't be too happy with himself for that one, and he'll be keen to get that top step of the podium back off Brendan. The whole time Ken Melville's just waiting for a mistake from the 1 and 2 to pounce onto that step himself. Meantime, Cole Sayers made a bit more movement through the field now, coming onto the back of the 84 of Rob Treneman. He's taken the long way around on the outside, but he's able to hold some space, hold some pace, and he's closing that gap on Treneman. In the meantime, Paul Joss is closing the gap again on Brendan Radford, trying to get that top set back. Ken Melville's just sitting in the tyre tracks of Paul Joss waiting. Cole Sayers managed to get around the 84 of Rob Treneman. So Paul Joss is making a move up the inside now of the 70 of Brendan Radford. Is he going to make it stick? No. Brendan wins that drag race down the back straight. Let's see if he can hold it, or whether Paul Joss is going to dive up the inside and try and get that run. This is also allowing Ken Melville to close the gap a little bit further on 1 and 2. Let's see if lap traffic's going to make it play a part now as they safely get around Greg Joss, but coming up to the back of Olivia Favaro and Paul Nichols again. So Brendan Radford still leading the hard-charging 19 of Paul Joss, and Ken Melville sitting there right there with them. They're Coming on the back of the number 25, Olivia Favaro, to put Olivia a lap down. Let's see if Paul's returns the favour, or that's still another drag race down the back straight. Thought Paul Joss was going to return serve then on Brendan Rawlings and get some revenge from when Brendan got the lead off Paul to start with. That's a great move there by Paul. Gets the lead back from the number 70, uses the lap traffic to his advantage perfectly. And Brendan gets a little bit balked there by Ricky Lee Baird in the 57, but Ken Melville was a bit too far behind to take advantage of it, but now he's got him. So a mistake there from the 70s allowed Ken Melville to move into second place. In the meantime, the 19 of Paul Joss is starting to open up a pretty commanding lead again. That 70 of Brendan Redford's now back in third. He won't be too happy with himself with that move. Wayne Campbell still comfortably in fourth. So Paul Joss is making great pace now as he's actually gone around the 16 of Steve Barrow and closing in on the back of the number 9 of Kyle Sayer. So there's a gaggle of cars that are coming through 3 and 4 now, both leaders and lap cars. Ken Melville safely gets around the 78 of Cody Roberts. Brendan Redford's trying to follow, but he gets balked a little bit by Rob Treneman. $17 down, 8 to go, and it's all Paul Joss now in the 19. He's coming up behind the number 9 of Kyle Sayer to put Kyle a lap down. Still no mean feat for Kyle. It's first night in the Legend car, and he's been driving exceptionally well for somebody that's normally behind the wheel of the A1 production sedan. Ken Melville still in second. Brendan Redford still in third. The field's fairly well spread out now, but Paul Joss is just making it his own. The checkered flag's out, so the feature race win in the City Discount Tyres Legend cars is Paul Joss, followed by Ken Melville, and Brendan Redford rounds out the top 3. Paul Joss takes the checkered flag for a well-deserved victory lap here of the Trade Hire Augusta Margaret River Speedway.